This is Kelly Hill, technology reporter for RCR Wireless News. I'm here today with Keith Radowski of Quintel, and we're going to talk a little bit about the road forward for the top of the antenna for the top of the tower.
That's right. So the top of the tower is becoming more challenged as carriers add more receive and transmit paths. They're adding more bands. So if you look at the tower tops now, they're becoming very congested. You see a lot of radio heads up there. So one of the things that we're looking at Quintel is how do we enable operators to deploy 2T4R, 4T4R, even 8T8R, right, and add new frequency bands without the towers becoming overloaded. So what we're looking at is now we've had 8-port antennas for a long time. Remember, it began with 1 port, then 2 ports, then 4 ports, then the hex port has been around for a while now, but we've got, we're now the leading supplier of 8-port antennas, and now we have 12 ports coming out next year, which will enable operators with 2 antennas, think about that, 2 antennas, 24 ports, so they can do 2G, 3G, 4G, on 7 frequency bands and with 4 branch transmit and receive, and that will enable the towers to support multiple operators. And as more bands come out, for example, 600 megahertz is coming out soon. Well, how do you do that? Because the antennas don't support it. Well, right now, what you can do is create, you can mine space from the tower by going to more ports and have a spot there to put a new antenna for 600, for example, is one solution.
Mm-hmm. And then does that change as things like 2G hopefully eventually get turned down, or does it not matter because hopefully the spectrum will be reformed?
Well, 2G will sunset at some point in time. Usually experience tells us they last longer than we hope they will. Certainly 3G is going to be here for a long time. But what's interesting about 2G is take some of the carriers here in the U.S. that have 850 2G. They can have a very small amount of spectrum that really isn't usable for LTE, and keep some 2G on the air, because there are probably a million or 2 handsets out there that are very hard to retrieve. So the question is, if you can keep it on the air and just kind of leave it alive for a little longer, it's probably not a bad idea, but it will go away.
Great, Keith. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.